Alright, yep. I'll see you around. Yep. What? Of course I'll be there. Oh man, have you ever actually bought for apples? It's ridiculous. It never works. No one ever gets any. People end up just like digging them out with their fists. It's hilarious. I'll be there. It'll be great. Hey! What's going on, guys? Are you guys out there? I think you're out there. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's Halloween season. Oh, man. You know, it's almost not a total drudgery going to school when it's time for, when it's like Halloween season. Because, I don't know, people get excited. You know, leaves are on the ground and people start decorating their lockers. But this year is kind of creepy. I don't know. This whole rumor's taken over town. Apparently, last year during Halloween, there were a few kids who got razor blades in like an apple. Like they got some apples as trick or treats, took them home, bit into them. All of a sudden, their mouths are bleeding. Now, I don't know if any of this has really, been confirmed or anything, but the rumors kind of taken hold here in town. And so as a result, everybody is saying, don't give out homemade candies. Make sure it's all wrapped stuff like, Snickers bars and Reese's Pieces and whatever. Everything needs to have a wrapper, okay? No more of this homeschooled stuff. And, all the kids at school were elated because the last thing we want is to get, a pickle that somebody, pickled over the summer or, like stale cupcakes. Nobody wants any of that stuff. So obviously everybody's pretty excited about it, but we're not telling the parents because, they're all up in arms about it. So anyway, that's the big deal. I don't know if that rumor's true, but you better keep an eye on what you're putting in your mouth this season. All right, what are we playing today? What are we celebrating? On this, the After School Adventures with me, Rad Raz. Every week we celebrate some sort of cartoon that we grew up with, some of the best cartoons out there. And this week, I don't think we could get through Halloween season without celebrating. Hold on a second. I forgot it in the other room. How can we celebrate Halloween without celebrating the most Halloween-y of cartoons that was out there for the after-school season? The Ghostbusters. Or in our case, the real Ghostbusters. You see, the Ghostbusters was such a big movie in the 80s that about a year after the movie came out, they made an animated series called The Real Ghostbusters, and it still followed the adventures of Peter Venkman, Ray Stantz, and Egon Spengler as they tried to defend the Big Apple against a horde of supernatural beings. And, obviously they had really cool weaponry, proton packs and PKE meters, and one of the coolest vehicles out there, the Ecto-1. The show was great. The Real Ghostbusters was great, at least the first few seasons. Totally awesome. Really expanded on the Ghostbusters universe. Gave us what we wanted, which was more Ghostbusters. And the show, I think, eventually ended up on Saturday morning cartoons. I hear that some of the later seasons are pretty bad. But, it's at the end of the day, it's ghosts. And it's the boys that we like, the Ghostbusters. So it's not a bad show. We're going to watch that. We're going to be playing some video games. We're going to be having some show and tell, all Ghostbusters related. And of course, we also have a snack. Now, I usually let you guys pick the snack, but I felt like I wanted to kind of override this week, it being a holiday show, and share with you a great holiday after-school snack that I remember during the month of Halloween. I always remember being able to come home in October, and my mom was just awesome enough to always have some caramel apples in the kitchen. You guys remember caramel apples? When's the last time you had one of these? Last year? Maybe? I hope so. They're still really delicious, although I gotta be honest, I don't know about these. They must have not had our regular brand, because these don't even have nuts on them. I don't know. So we'll see how good these are. But let's get started. Let's just sit down, sit back, relax. It's been a hard day at school. Let's wind down with some real Ghostbusters, okay? Do I need to set this up? Let's see. Yeah, Janine has been dating this big-time business guy. And while she's not looking at the Ghostbusters headquarters, the firehouse, this guy has snapped some pictures of the classified technology that the Ghostbusters used to catch ghosts. He took it back to his headquarters in his R&D department, and next thing you know... Oh, excuse me. My stomach's possessed. The next thing you know, the Ghostbusters are in competition with a robot ghost hunter. So, where we start here is Janine is confronting her ex-boyfriend about doing a little industrial espionage on the Ghostbusters. And Slimer, who is the Ghostbusters sidekick, just happens to be tagging along with her. And if you don't remember who Janine is the receptionist. Ghostbusters, how can I help you? That girl. Okay? Alright, let's get started. It's the real Ghostbusters. The real Ghostbusters. Remember that song?
Janine, how'd you get in here?
Don't worry, Paul. We won't steal anything. You did from our office.
Well, perhaps I did use hasty judgment, my dear, but...
No, what you used was me to swipe the Ghostbuster secrets, and I'm going to expose you for the thief you are.
Then I suggest you get out before I have you escorted out, and take that thing with you.
Slime spit. Oh my god.
You are an unauthorized entity. Stand fast.
That's the Robot Buster.
Please step aside, ma'am. This is official business.
Look out! Janine never looked that hot in movies.
And then he was just gone.
Poor little guy.
Slimer, God!
This was the Spud's last meal.
Not necessarily. There's a high probability that Slimer's essence is still present somewhere in our space-time continuum.
You mean he could still be alive? Or whatever he was before?
Yes, but not in the form we knew him.
Then how do we find him and put him back together?
I can't answer that, Janine. But I suspect Paul Smart could.
What we need are the designs for Robo Buster's blaster circuits. Then we can figure out how to reverse the process
Robo Buster.
and bring Slimer back.
Well, I hope you're right, Ray.
I'm getting an unusually strong reading due east of here.
Forget it. Let Robo Buster handle the ghosts, and we'll take care of Mr. Smart.
No way, Janine. Robot or no robot, we're still the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Let's win this one for Slimer.
Go.
Which way, Egon?
Straight ahead. Now turn right, 30 degrees.
You notice Janine has a Ghostbusters outfit. And it's
No,
pink.
to the left. Strange, now the signal is behind us. Stop the car, Winston.
Egon, you want to give us a hint? Are we getting warm or what?
Whatever it is, it's all around us.
What is this thing?
Oh, it's just smog. It's New York.
It's precisely what I feared. The etheric continuum has reached critical mass.
That's bad, right?
Right. All those ghosts that Robo Buster supposedly destroyed are right there in one humongous ghost.
Slimer's in there too. Don't shoot!
What?
Ghostbusters 101. You can't destroy ghosts. You can only contain them.
Stand back, please.
No! Don't!
Bogus.
There's only one way to stop this fruitcake.
Have a good evening and drive safely.
Right. We wouldn't want to scratch the paint. All right, Smart. We want those Robot Blaster designs.
Which you stole from us anyway.
Give up, people. Robo Buster's been working perfectly and nothing terrible has happened. Then how do you explain that?
It's just
You see,
smart.
Mr. Smart? You can't destroy spirits. You can only contain them.
Well, I'm sure Robo Buster will prove you wrong. There he is now. I'd say he could use a little help. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, power up.
Through the window?
I order you to stop.
Oh, Robo Buster. Uh-oh.
The entity has possessed Robo Buster.
Take a number,
Bogus.
man. There are a lot of people ahead of you.
Hot fist, Buster!
Ego, we can't hold that thing off with our throwers.
True, but if we had his power and ours, I'll need your proton packs. I'm going to convert the robot's throwers into negative ionizing ones.
He means he's making Robo Buster's throwers like ours.
Egon, this isn't going to hurt Slimer, is it?
Not if I can help it. Gentlemen,
Oh,
shall
enter
we?
the Ray Parker Jr.
An unlawful entity is nearby.
Incredible. How does he know this stuff?
We're just waiting for them. You guys ready? Are you the keymaster?
I'm getting readings from all sides.
We can't concentrate our fire.
Allow me.
all getting fancy. You learned that from Zangief.
More traps!
More traps. Oh. Robo pasted.
Slimer! He's in there somewhere. Can we get him out?
I'll switch to a lower setting. Call him and he can ride the proton stream out. Now!
Slimer! Look for the beam!
Go, Bird's butt! Let's put this puppy to bed.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Bang. Yay. Alright. Slimy kisses all around. So there you go, the Ghostbusters. Lots of heart there. I have a feeling that was a show that in the first couple seasons were awesome and then steadily declined. I remember it was on forever. And then they even started to make Slimer like the Focus Slimer, the real Ghostbusters. But anyway, you know, not a bad show. And I apologize if it was a little dark. It's actually quite hard to find decent scenes that go on for 7, 8 or so minutes. It took me a while to find this, so hope you enjoyed it. Okay, show and tell time. There were a lot of great Ghostbusters toys out there. I didn't have any of them. So in the interest of the show, I went to a place here in Indianapolis that I know deals in vintage and modern toys. This place is crazy. People would bring in Tupperware bins filled with old toys. These guys will buy them and have so much left over that they'll just be sitting on the floor in full Tupperware. Like you'll just find a Tupperware of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and G.I. Joes. And there are shelves that you know are devoted to the boxed stuff, the stuff that's intact. It's behind glass. But if you just want to go in there and spend $20 on some memories, you can go in there and dig around for a couple hours and find something. Now, I only found like 4 toys in this whole place for the Ghostbusters. They had this villain who was like a pumpkin head with a robe. He was like about this tall, and he was broken. His foot was like coming off. They asked for like $22 for that thing. Maybe like, no, I think he asked $18 for that thing. They had Janine, who was the girl in this, about this tall, pretty good condition. They wanted $10 for her. They had a Peter Venkman who was about this tall. He had a proton pack, and they wanted $8 for him. And then they had a proton pack that was about this long, and if you loaded it, you know, cocked it, it was full of water. You could fill it with water. It was basically a water gun, so you could. And they wanted $8 for that. Now, I mean, I was gonna walk out of there with something because we needed something for show and tell, but luckily, I just happened to be glancing into a Tupperware full of Hot Wheels, and I found this. Take a look at this. So for $10, we have the 2 Ecto 1s, Ecto 1 and Ecto 1A. Ecto 1 is from the first movie. Ecto 1A is from the second movie. It was $10. We're gonna open it up and take a look at these cool toys. Because I mean, the Ghostbusters were cool, but Ecto 1 was like the coolest. Was it not? Look at that. The whole idea that they put him in an old 50s ambulance was just so badass. You got all the stuff on the top there. And so here's the first model. And then when Ghostbusters 2 came out, they put a little more stuff on the sides. I remember that this little dark piece here along the top is like an LCD screen that would say, you know, who you gonna call. whole bunch more stuff on there. Kind of started looking like the Doc Brown's DeLorean in Back to the Future 2. Looks like he's got a Mr. Fusion up on the top there. So there you go. $10, obviously pretty expensive, but you know, I think they were worth us picking them up, having a good time with. I'll probably they drive really well. I'll probably end up giving these to my nephew or something. He's in Hot Wheels, but there you go. Pretty cool. You know, neat little. Definitely one of the cooler toys you can get out there for the Ghostbusters, in my opinion, at least these days. All right, so let's play some video games, and let's play the best Ghostbusters game ever made. A lot of the Ghostbusters games suck, probably around 95% of them. I can maybe think of 3 of them in the world that were good, and only 2 of them made it here to America. One was for the Game Boy. This one that we're playing today is Ghostbusters for the PlayStation 3. Now, I know there's one for the Wii. That might be okay. I don't know how it is for the Wii. And the PlayStation 2. There were different graphics, but this was kind of the definitive version. And the cool thing about this one is Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd, who played Ray Stantz and Egon Spengler, they wrote this. So as far as they were concerned in the world of canon, this is really Ghostbusters 3. So, and it was written by them. So if you ever wanted a little legitimate Ghostbusters, pick this game up. Alright, let's get over here, play some Ghostbusters. And we're probably going to go over on time, but I don't care. Alright. So, basically, I'm a rookie. I'm not playing any of the Ghostbusters. I'm playing a guy who's just joined the force. And we have tracked a ghost in this hotel to what appears to be a restaurant, a seafood restaurant. And I thought, and the ghost that we're looking for is like a fisherman. He kind of looks like an old salty sea dog you and I may be familiar with. So let's try and trap this ghost and wrap this show up, alright? Let's see how we can do. And do I have audio? Get some audio here. Alright, here we go. Capture the fisherman ghost. I knew you'd be in here. Gotta run down with my proton pack. Oh man, I overheated my proton pack. Oh, jeez. One of the coolest things about this game is all of your stats are on the proton pack. Your health can be read on the proton pack. How much power is left in your proton pack before it overheats. It's the guys!
Good work. Are you all right?
Nice going. You might really be the right person for this job.
Yes, you have destroyed a significant section of a 5-star New York hotel in just under 3 hours. Your mother and I are so proud. Aren't we, Egon?
He's got something. Let's track it down.
We got the PKE meter. Gotta try and find this guy. He's on the run again. Oh, jeez. Get me out of here. Look at these steps.
Let's see what's here.
I'm getting something. The kitchen. Out of my way, guys. He's in the kitchen. Look, there's like shark fins everywhere. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Losing strength. Keep tearing it down.
I'm trying. Did we get it?
Wrangle back.
Woo. There he is! Cap him! Don't cross the streams!
I understand the urge to experiment, but crossing the streams is a terrible idea.
I got him. I'm throwing a trap out. Right there, baby. Come on, come on.
Above you! Get out of here.
Yeah, right there, right there, right there, right there. Come on, trap him. Yeah! Keep it on him. Oh, no way! Come on, come on. Get in there, little fishy. Yeah!
But when knives and forks become a big angry giant, that's really me not liking it.
Alright, we're good. Woo! Let me get the lights back on. Alright. Good stuff. We've conquered the Fisherman Ghost. Looked a lot like Captain Raz, didn't he? Alright, so that's it. Before we say goodbye this Halloween, let's get out back here with our old friend Penny, the paralyzed puppet, with our incorrect Halloween tip of the day. Penny, time to wake up. Time to earn your pay. Whatever that pay may be. I'm not really sure. She's always got her little tip up her sleeve. Let's take a look and see what she has to say. Penny says, say no to candy co's. I believe she's referring to candy companies. Say no to candy companies. You know, in this world of, if I could translate for Penny here, I think what she's trying to say is, in this world of big business, you know, try and remember that, you know, the people around you, they're like the salt of the earth. So don't spend your time and your teeth and your stomach on all these big business wrapped candies. You know, go out there and try and find as many homemade delectables that you can find and eat them as fast as possible. In fact, don't even look at them. You know, cherish that moment of getting them and just devour them right there on the sidewalk. And look for those hole-in-the-wall houses. Those houses that don't seem like they would have, you know, treats. That don't seem like they would be inviting to, you know, trick-or-treaters. Because they tend to have the most surprising of confections. Alright, guys. I want to wish you all a happy Halloween. I want to thank you for coming. We will see you next time here on After School Adventures with me, Rad Raz, and of course, Penny. Happy Halloween.